What to do? What to do? What is up with you? Welcome or welcome back to Books in the Void. This is a collab video, one of the very first, maybe second collab videos that I've ever done on this channel. This video was made in collaboration with Courtney from Tangible Reads, and the idea from this video was inspired by Emma Tobias and Emma from Drinking by My Shelf's Love Hate Challenge that they've done over the years. However, for ours, the aim of the game is to exchange items that are personal to each other, something we've had experience with, and I gave Courtney two items, a snack and a book, and she gave me a snack and a book. And we're supposed to read them, eat them, and see how the other person likes what was given. So, first up are my thoughts on my items that I gave her. I gave her the book Her by Harriet Lane and the snack item Marmite, which is very popular in the UK. For You'll see my thoughts on that right now. Her by Harriet Lane is the first one, first book I've ever come across back in 2014 when this book came out that made me feel like I wasted my time. And that's the worst thing you could do. The worst thing you could do for me as an author is, well, it's kind of extended to being a piece of shit, but to me, is making your book boring and making your book pointless. It's extended a little bit more since I've been part of the reading community online to being a piece of shit, so now three things. But for a very long time, it was your book is boring as fuck, or your book is pointless. I invested time and effort and emotion reading your book, and it was pointless. And back in 2014, this book was it. This book was it. And what made it even worse for me, that made me go, Harriet Lane has another book out. Not now. She hasn't written a book since. But before, she had a first book, and she's kind of been still working on that first book. I think she's got like a Broadway play or something. I don't know. But she had one book that was critically acclaimed. She wrote Her after that book. And in the end, what made me really dislike Her, the book, and will make me never read another one of Harriet Lane's books, is the fact that, not even make me want to read her first book that came out before Her, is the fact that in Her, there is a scene in which Nina, one of the main characters, meets Emma's husband. And Emma is out of the room, and Nina says to the husband, hey, you good? And they mention like a book. And the husband goes, oh, I've read that book. I hated it. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the plot. And Nina turns around and says, it's kind of like a little meta moment, right? I took it as a meta moment. She basically says, well, the characters don't care. You read the book. Your part is over. The characters don't care whether or not you like them. And I literally went, oh, so you know that you wasted our time. You know that you wasted our time. And you're basically saying you don't give a shit. So, okay. Okay. Nice to know. Nice to know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but back in 2014, when I saw that and I saw the ending, pissed. Pissed. Wasted my time. Wasted my time. So, yes, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I think it's a waste of time. She hasn't written any other book since, which probably for the best, really. And she is still on her first book. So her first book was like Ellie Always or whatever it's called. I didn't look it up. I didn't bother reading it. Um, I think she has like a Broadway play. I don't know if that's still going on. It was going on in like 2016, 2017. No idea if it's still going on. Don't care. Don't care. And as for Marmite, I tried to give you things that were things that I liked. So stuff like super malt or bigger or drinks that I but bigger is kind of hit or miss now. Like I don't like that it's really sugary, so when I drink it I only drink half and give husband the other half. But super malt, absolutely love super malt. I'm sorry you couldn't find it. I thought, well, you live near the biggest diaspora in the US. The biggest Caribbean diaspora is across New York and New Jersey. I thought, oh, it would be cool. You'd be able to like pop into a corner shop and get it. Um, well, apparently not. And the thing was, I was gonna give you something that I really liked and sweet because I know that Marmite's disgusting. So I was gonna give you something sweet to try after. And Marmite, which I absolutely despise, hate it. I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to. I don't know. I I don't know what they were trying to do with that. In the UK, they know that it's ridiculous. They know that it's nasty because their marketing for Marmite is Marmite. You either love it or hate it. Do you love it or do you hate it? So they know it's nasty, and they try to do the Edward v. Jacob thing with it. It's been going along before Twilight started that shit, but that's the most that I can compare it to, where you either hate Jacob and love Edward, or you hate Edward and love Jacob. And that's basically what they did with Marmite in the UK. There's literally you could look online on YouTube for adverts where they said Marmite, love it or hate it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? And I think you know it's nasty and you're still selling it. So there you go. The common theme of her and Marmite is like my makeup skills, they knew it was shit and released it anyway. Um I didn't tell you the whole like thing of what her is about. It's basically about two women, Nina and Emma. And one day out in town, Nina runs into Emma, and it's clear from the very beginning that Nina knows Emma, but Emma does not remember Nina. They knew each other when they were children, they were teenagers. But for Emma, Emma is basically grown up, she's married, she has her whole thing going on. Um, she is kind of struggling with motherhood. So meeting Nina, although she doesn't remember her, is kind of like a breath of fresh air for Emma. She's not gelling with motherhood. She has a toddler and a 2 year old, a toddler and a newborn child, I think. And she is not gelling with motherhood anymore. She's kind of tired of it. So meeting Nina is a breath of fresh air for her, while Nina is just thinking about revenge. And you're thinking, oh, that sounds really good. What did Emma do to Nina to make her hate her so much? I'm just gonna spoil it for you now. Nothing. She did nothing. Nothing. I'm not even joking. She did nothing. Emma met Nina when she was 17 years old. I think she was on like holiday or something. And Nina saw her dad talk to Emma one time and then ran to her mother and told her mother that her dad was cheating on her with Emma. But what was actually happening was that Emma was just talking to the dude for like 5 minutes and then walked away. So Nina, in fact, ruined her own damn childhood. She did nothing. 17! 17! Are you kidding? Are you joking? That was it. We were building up to that. And then what makes things even worse, right, is the ending. The ending of she lets Nina's toddler drown. And she lets Emma's toddler drown. Yep. She opens the gate. They have a pool. She opens the gate and then just watches as the little boy goes in the pool. And the book ends that way. It ends on that. There's no closure. She ends on that. So basically, we've watched this mad woman for God knows how long. We don't know she's insane. We actually think, we're on her side. We're like, oh my god, what's happening? Oh, what did she do to her? How come she doesn't remember her? What happened? And then it turns out that it was nothing, and then it turned like it's nothing. Nothing happened, and she effectively drowns a toddler. And the book ends. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's the book. Pointless. You wasted my time. As for Marmite, everything I said is true. In the UK, Marmite is marketed as you either love it or you hate it. And I hate it. It's the most disgusting thing ever. They knew it was shit because they marketed that way. Okay? And apparently it works because they're still going on now, and there are people who eat Marmite every day and love it. So those were my choices that I tortured Courtney with, and she gave me back in return. She gave me a stack and a book, and the book was Dollhouse by John Hunt, and she, like I, gave it three snack options. And much like her, I had difficulty tracking them down. Like she gave me Spam, which I managed to find, but unfortunately, Spam is a pork product, and I don't eat pork. Not for any religious reasons. I just don't eat pork. I haven't eaten pork since I was 6 years old, so I don't. It it doesn't gel well with me anymore. Um, Also, she gave me spotted dick, which is an English dessert. You'd think in England I'd be able to find spotted dick, but I could not, for the life of me, find spotted dick anywhere where I live. I We went to B&M's, we went to Home Bargains, we went to Poundland. We could not find. We went to Asda, thinking we'd find an Asda brand version. We went to Aldi. We could not find this thing anywhere. On Amazon, you could buy 10 for 20 quid, and we weren't gonna spend that. We found one that was £1, but you had to order it through Amazon in from Morrison's, and you had to spend an additional 60 quid to get a full shop from Morrison's. And we weren't going to do that. We already went to Aldi, and Aldi is cheap. So, oh, excuse me. We weren't going to do that. We weren't going to do that. Sorry, we couldn't find it. There was no As the Brand version, which is weird. There's always an As the Brand version of everything. And we don't live near a Tesco's, so sorry, we couldn't find it. We couldn't find it. We'd have to. I don't know. Husband said he'd bake it, or at least try to bake it at some point. We ran out of time for the baking stuff, but at some point he'll bake it, and I'll give it a try. But we did find Takis, and um, first up, I will show you what happened when we ate the Takis. I ate it, but unfortunately, I could not get that footage off my phone. I recorded it on my phone, and I also recorded husband eating Takis, and you'll see that. You'll see that one because I was able to get that footage off my phone. I don't know what's going on with my phone. It just won't let me upload things to my laptop. It's weird. But here is Takis. Okay, so I got the Takis. I'm not a fan of them. Sorry, they're just too salty. And while I can take the heat of it. Obviously, I'm Caribbean. I can take the heat of it, but it's just too much, I think. But husband is here, and he eats everything, so he's going to try one. Here. Oh, you okay? You okay?
Okay, the heat I was prepared for.
Yeah.
Why is it sour?
It's a bit much.
Okay, the heat sneaks up on you, but why is it sour?
Yeah. Well, it's got lime in it. There's also a blue one. What's the blue one? I don't know what the blue one is, but do you like it? It's very.
It tastes good.
There's a lot of sodium in it.
Yeah, I can taste the salt.
There's a lot. The lemon kind of makes it extra salty. It's a bit much to me.
I wouldn't have more than one at a time, but
yeah,
tastes alright.
I can see this lasting like a while in our house. You know what I mean? I think so. I'm gonna give this to you. Do you want it? I think that Courtney doesn't like Takis. I think it's a bit too overpowering for her. I mean, for me, it's like overpowering. Like, I like the spice, but the loads of it's a bit strong. A bit strong for me. But yeah, I think Husband is gonna finish that. Maybe. What do you think?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. Alright, that's it. So that was our reaction to Takis. It's been a week since we've had it, and we still have the package. None of us have touched it since. Husband, after we finished recording, he tried it again, and the spice just kept hitting him, and he kept hiccuping, and yeah. So it's safe to say that we kind of won't be having this on a regular basis. I'm still waiting for him to kind of decide whether or not he wants to finish it, but yeah, we don't We don't like it. I'm pretty sure I don't. I'm pretty sure Courtney didn't like it either. Um, but next is the book that we decided. Well, she decided that I should read, and let's go with the clip so you can see how it goes. Welcome to the book portion of this reading vlog. I was assigned the book Dollhouse by John Hunt by Courtney. This book is it's more of a thriller fiction than a horror fiction, about a girl who's kidnapped outside of her university. The first 29 pages, 29% of this book details her abduction, what they did with her, and her escape. She is held captive by two men, one in a gorilla mask, the other in a jackal mask, and she escapes by killing the gorilla. And the rest of the book is all about the jackal trying to get back the girls that escaped, because there were two other girls that were with Olivia. They didn't know that they were together. It was not until Olivia gets out of her like cage, out of her prison, that she notices that there are two other rooms that are identical. Um, Jen is also was also there, and Lucy was also there. It There's a big theme around recovery in this book. Um, Jen, Lucy, and Olivia are trying their best to recover in their own way. Jen has been there the longest, so her recovery was is not a quick thing. It's She had the most done to her. She had the most like mental trauma, and her body's present, but her mind's completely gone. While Lucy, who was there the least and had the least done with to her, kind of was able to move on, but she still has like a shift in her reality, much like Olivia did. But she's determined to kind of move on. This is all in the past. She needs to make a life with herself and everyone in her, like she needs to move on. She wants to be normal again. While Olivia realizes that she will never be normal again. This is not something that's going to happen to her, especially when she, along with Jen, was mutilated quite badly. Um, but she understands that she cannot let what happens rule her. So she's kind of in the middle of Jen and Lucy, where she knows that what's happened, but she will not give in to the horrors of it. Neither will she be able to kind of ignore that it's happened. She can't ignore that it's happened. The jackal, his inability to move on and recover from his stuff, because he keeps saying that he can just move on from Olivia. This I can get a new girls. I can move somewhere else. Nobody knows me. His inability to move on from Olivia and Jen and Lucy becomes pretty much his downfall, basically. Even the person that he thought that he had the most control over, who was Jen, was not in his control, and he is angered by that. I thought that was a very interesting thing. I thought the whole thing with him and Jen was like interesting, an interesting part of the book. And I was like, "Oh, you get him, Jen." Yes, exactly. You don't think you are not in control like you think you are. Um, I I like this book. I actually went. There's a sequel to this book called Olivia, and I went on and downloaded that. So I am going to read that book as well. So I think Tangible. What do I think? I think Tangible liked this book like I did. I think she thought it was a fun ride, and it was a fun ride. It was fast paced. My heart was bumping in my chest. I was like, "Get him, girl!" And you know, stab him, stab him, stab him, and all of that normal stuff. Anyway, I liked the book. I didn't like the tackies though. And that's it. That was the last of it. I had so much fun doing this and recording my journey. And I hope that Tangible had a good time doing this as well. Even though I gave her some really horrible stuff. I did try to give her some lovely stuff too, but she unfortunately couldn't find it. Um and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and enjoyed what we were doing. Go check out her video where she reacts to the stuff that I gave her and whether or not she enjoyed it over on her channel. Thank you so much for 70 subscribers. Also, please comment below and let me know if you enjoy this kind of content so I can do more because this was fun. As always, tack så mycket för att du tittade. Hoppas har du on my tongue. Come on. Hoppas du har en bra dag. Hej då och natti natti.